What they say, no play. The AK of spray for payday. Heard about your heyday, now you yelling Mayday. I'm with the money team, fighting fabulous Ray J. I'm cooked up, you look stuck, look shook up. Hand out, looking for a hookup. I put you in check, push the rook up. Mate you, date you, be faithful to day two.
A good friend of mine, his name is Stacy Kaufman. He owns ProTan, and they're one of the original companies in the industry for competition tanning. He's right here in Florida, so I hit him up and drove over to his office one day, and we just went through and he showed me a bunch of different products. We talked about the tanning.
So in the old days, we used to say that...
Not overly shiny.
No, so this was pre-judged, sheens were pre-judged, oil was for the night show.
Gotcha.
Judges want to see your physique, they don't care how you look on, you know, as far as trying to impress, and then that's where the two. So it's just a matter, but we give you the assortment, you'll be good to go.
Very cool. And I think he gave me really solid advice because I was asking if there were tattoo cover-ups. He said, you don't want to do that. It ends up looking kind of muddy, makes your skin look thick. And the whole idea with the competition getting really lean is making your skin look, you know, paper thin so you can really see that muscle definition. He said, look, you can't cover them up. It is what it is. You have tattoos, you know, just deal with it. So the idea will be just to get a really good tan. You won't have as much contrast, so hopefully it won't be as much of an issue.
We don't want to put any makeup on you. Any type of makeup, whether it's a derma blend, it's just going to hide your definition. That's the biggest problem.
It's just because it's too thick.
It's a makeup. So when you put a makeup on, it covers a layer of your skin. So you're going to have a layer that won't show your true skin. It'll just look fake. And that's what happens to a lot of guys. Stan McQuay came up to me at the Fit Expo and says, I need your help. I had this stuff done and I got like 10th place because when you saw my back, I had this giant gray sheet of paint on me and it just looked terrible. I said, you can't really hide tattoos. It's almost impossible. So what I'm trying to do, I'll see Powell Philiborn at the IFBB up in Santa Susana. I'm going to talk to him and I want to discuss and maybe get him on camera showing that don't be afraid of your tattoos. When you try and cover them, it makes it worse. So I got to get the president of the federation of the amateur at least to acknowledge it because there's a lot of issues with guys with tattoos and girls.
So we talked about tanning. That was good. I felt good that at least I've got that all dialed in. So I've got all my products all set up. He gave me a big bag full of stuff. And then I'll start probably... That was his best advice. He said, look, everyone now waits until the day of the show and they go in and they get, you know, try to do all their tanning in one day. Back when I used to compete, everyone would do like 3-4 days out and you do layers of it. It's like you know, you put a layer on, you sleep, you wake up in the morning, you wash it off, and then you do that again multiple days. He's like, go back to that. He said it works. It creates a nice, even, dark tan. So I'll start a couple days out before I even leave. I'll have a Nick help me. And then the other part of it is posing trunks. And this is a part I don't think people put enough time and thought into. You know, finding the right pair that are going to fit you the right way, the right length. They do have regulation as far as where they're supposed to hit in relation to your knee. It's supposed to hit right above your knee. I see a lot of them that go past your knee, and I think aesthetically it looks bad. Kind of like, it's got that little bit of stretch to it.
A lot of Christmas colors going on here.
It is very Christmas.
Are you wearing those tomorrow when you jump in the pool?
Actually, what started getting me looking at some of the pros, I was looking at board shorts. And so I ordered a couple pair of board shorts. Those will show up maybe in the next couple days or so. Try those on, start getting ahead of that. And then the next step is I've got to start working on posing. Because I have no idea how to do posing for the physique division. Done bodybuilding posing, feel pretty comfortable with that. I don't think this is going to be that hard, to be honest with you. Cool.
Your shorts picked out yet?
Yeah, I found, I went through, I first bought like 4 different styles, you know, different brands. Okay. I found one that, you know, kind of that right length, it's just, you know, right above the knee. I found one that had like a nicer fabric, like it gave a little bit, you know, so it wasn't just so straight, you know. I think the problem is what you said though, a lot of these guys just don't even have any legs, so their board shorts.
Flopping in the wind, man.
Yeah. it's good to know people. We've got one of our BPI athletes, Logan. He's a IFBB pro physique competitor. He's competed in the Olympia. We'll catch a workout while he's here, and I'll probably have him give me some of his best advice, because I've got to start working on the posing right away.
Now you see how you have that knee locked? I would unlock it. So just like that. And then don't raise this heel so much. There you go. And then, yep. And then what you can do here, so you're not like just straight legged, you can still kind of like lean with it. Just but you want either side. Just to keep it aesthetic, you know? Yeah. Keep it looking athletic.
So it doesn't look like you're a robot.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, look, you can see it. I mean, you watch people on stage, you can tell when people, they're nervous and they get tense, yeah, exactly. And the body language gets real weird. And yeah, if you can just be kind of relaxed and make it look effortless and
have fun, dude.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that I could get this far? The smallest of beginners, now I live so large. I'm still in charge and still hopeful. So no matter what may come, I'm still focused, still chosen as a leader and a trendsetter. I can't complain about a thing I never been better.
How's a good workout? All right, so we started with our cables. We did our combination of incline fly presses. Then we did the incline plate loaded and finished with these.
And a super drop set.
And a super drop set. That was good for me, man. I feel awesome.
That was good.
I feel awesome. I'm actually going to take another scoop of that aminos.
Probably take some of that ISO-HD.
This is a brand new product line. It's in GNC right now. I tried it the other day for the first time when Logan was here. It actually had all the original samples before we went into production, but this is the actual final finished product, which is just now hitting shelves. So this is BAM. This is the pre-workout. You can see right there. BAM! So I haven't done an update for Mission Shred in a couple weeks now, just because honestly just fell off the bottom of my priority list. Not that it's not important, it's just I think I finally figured out what my threshold is. I'm always trying to push myself and trying to see how much more stuff I can stack on my plate, but I think doing this show, I figured out what that is between juggling everything here at BPI, and I can't let anything slip here between kids, a Nick, so getting the extra cardio in, training hard, the dieting, finally kind of hit the wall a little bit the last couple weeks, and so sitting down at the computer at the end of the day and spending an extra 5-6 hours a night doing editing just wasn't it wasn't happening. So Courtney King and Steve Cook the other day, this was just a couple days ago, and I was asking them their advice when it came to how they do their videos and, you know, who does their videos, and just kind of looking for their advice. And I was telling both of them on the phone, I said, you know, I've finally have hit this wall. And so we got into this whole discussion. They were giving me their advice on how they do it. And Steve said to me, and I thought this was really good advice, he said, you know, you should actually make that a video and talk about it, you know, how you try to juggle family and business priorities and all the things that you have going on, and now trying to do a show and trying to do your YouTube content, because there's so many people out there that are trying to figure out how to be successful on YouTube, which, by the way, if you want to know how to be successful, it's just simple hard work. There's a reason why it's hard to grow a YouTube channel, because it requires so much time and energy. It really does. You know, not to say that other platforms don't. Same thing. If you want to be successful on Instagram, you have to be consistent. You have to just keep doing it, and that requires energy. YouTube is kind of like another layer of hard, because you have to shoot video, then edit it, and it's just, there's a lot that goes into it. So he was telling me, he's like, you should do a video and just talk about it, you know, so people can relate to you a little bit more, know that, you know, you're not trying to pretend to be, you know, superhuman, but you know, I am guilty of that because I'm the last person that's going to complain about something. If I'm sick, I'm never going to say I'm sick. If I'm hurt, you're rarely going to, you know, hear me talk about being hurt. So for me to admit that I'm tired, or for me to admit that I'm hurt, or, you know, that, you know, I've hit a threshold is kind of hard for me. But, you know, I am human, and I'm not willing to sacrifice things that are important, which, you know, my priorities are, I've got the business, because it's not just a business, it's, you know, BPI is people. You know, we've got people here that everyone's got mortgages and car payments and kids, and, you know, so I have a responsibility to BPI to make sure that I'm always on my game, that I never drop the ball there. And obviously I have the responsibility to my kids and my wife, and so those are a priority. So trying to then juggle the rest of this stuff is like, you know, what's going to fall off. And so the video stuff has definitely fallen off. So people have been wondering, why haven't I been uploading more videos? That's why. So to keep things going and, you know, to get back on track, you have to adapt. And so that's why I'm looking at bringing someone on to help me. And so hopefully that will go well today, to finally help me shoot, and more importantly, help me edit, because the editing is the very time-consuming part. My training had become very stagnant. And so the fact that I've had this injury and it's really affected my training, of course, kind of bums me out, considering that was so much of the reason why I did the show in the first place. You know, and even the stuff with, you know, training with you, which, just so you guys know, it's Mike behind the camera here.
Right here.
So training with you and training with Kirby, that was motivating for me, because it held me accountable, and we had, you know, had fun. And so I haven't been able to train with these guys as much here, because kind of had my own training agenda, so to speak, to get ready for the show. So Mike and Kirby have been doing their own thing. They're still getting their workouts in, sticking to their goals, to their plan somewhat, right, Mike?
That's right.
Mike coming with me. He's going to fly up there, so we're going to try to capture some maybe behind the scenes footage for you guys, and just share that whole experience of what it's like, you know, from flying up there, you know, those last minute little things of making sure your tan's right, and the backstage jitters, and, you know, that excitement of, you know, getting ready to walk out on stage. Try to share that whole experience with you guys as much as possible. So Mike's going to fly up there with me and capture that whole thing. So more cool stuff to come.